Wow, room emptied out pretty quick when people saw me a second time here.
Hi, everybody. We'll just get everybody back to their seats so that everyone can hear. Great.
Great. Thanks for agreeing to listen to me again. It'll be the second last time this week you'll hear from me. Today we're going to talk about something that's near and dear to my heart, and certainly the thing that I'm paid to work on every single day, and that's the FireSmart program in the Northwest Territories, and the work that we've done to relaunch it towards better things over the past couple of years, and where we hope to see it in the next few here. But I want to start by asking the room a quick question, and I want you guys to just yell out, what are the 7 disciplines of FireSmart? Because it ain't just cleaning your yard, it ain't just doing fuel breaks. So start yelling. Preparedness, yeah. Planning, we'll call it that. That's the word there, yeah. Cross-training, yes. Travis, good. Okay, I always said that unless I heard a chorus of people yelling out this stuff, that I'm going to go through a couple of quick slides of review. So FireSmart, it's not just about cleaning up your yard and cutting breaks in the forest. It's a proven path that integrates all aspects of preparedness and response to wildfire across all levels of government and all sectors of society. It's a national program that we had the fortune of contributing to its development right here in the NWT. A lot of the research was done at the Fort Providence Crown Fire site, as well as others across the territory that helped build out the 7 disciplines there. So chief among them here is public education. If people within our government and within our communities don't know what FireSmart is and what they can do and why they should do it, then we're not going to succeed. Examples as simple as advertising, public information events, and the FireSmart programming that we put on. Vegetation management, this is the first thing folks think of, mostly because when we talk FireSmart publicly in our communications, we are talking to homeowners and the things that they can do themselves, like cleaning up their yard within that 10-meter area, like choosing smart building materials and the like. And of course, at the community level, doing things like building fuel breaks, doing prescribed fire, et cetera, et cetera. Interagency cooperation, this came up a lot on this panel. Including from my boss there. It's about all levels of government, all sectors of society, working together to be more prepared for wildfire. And cross-training. Structural and wildland firefighters have different but equally important skills when it comes to responding to wildfire, and it's critical that we all work together and learn each other's businesses better so that when those events happen, we can work together better. Planning. Failure to plan is a plan to fail, says every hack presenter of all time, including me. But it's totally true. When we talk about our community wildfire protection plans, our interface response plans, our community emergency plans, all of that are important pieces of being FireSmart. Development considerations. So we had Craig up here talking about, or Craig Halifax up here talking about building codes and the like. Those are good examples of development considerations. So how are we planning our communities to be FireSmart from the start? Other tools that you guys might be familiar with, development permitting requirements, land use planning, building codes and standards. Good examples of this. Legislation. So have we considered FireSmart in our laws? Do we have bylaws? Do we have regulations? Do we have legislation at the territorial level in place that incorporates FireSmart from the start? So after that quick review, I want to start with 2023 as a catalyst for FireSmart and the NWT for this relaunch that we're calling it moving forward here. So we had a wildfire operations independent review completed by MNP Consulting. They identified significant gaps in preparedness, I think, for a lot of folks here who experience these emergencies firsthand, experience that themselves, know exactly what we're talking about there. We saw gaps in communication with communities, collaboration between local fire departments and wildland fire managers, Cross-training gaps leading to response challenges and needing to build the plane as we flew it during a response period. Major funding challenges in addressing these gaps. So we didn't have enough investment moving forward to support the further development of the FireSmart program to where we need it to be. And beyond that, we just listened to communities. We heard from many of the folks in this room that we needed to do better, and we took that to heart. I want to say that this isn't to say that there weren't people working hard to advance FireSmart in the territory before, but just like so many things in 2023, there were a lot of lessons to be learned. So 2024, last year, the relaunch starts to take shape. We established a dedicated prevention and mitigation team whose sole job is to build wildfire resilience across the territory and implement the 7 FireSmart disciplines across the territory, and most importantly, support all of you in doing so as well. We increased our staff capacity. We increased our staff capacity to do so. We added seasonal staff specifically dedicated to prevention and mitigation work and delivering FireSmart programming across the territory. And I moved into my gig too. So, dedicated strategic direction. I think that's important. We've got a mandate as a unit to drive FireSmart every day. Increased program delivery capacity. Again, all these things relate together here. An overhaul of our FireSmart NWT website and resources to make them more accessible to you, more useful to residents, and more useful to anybody who wants to incorporate FireSmart into their communities. And critically, and what we'll be talking about more this afternoon, we secured multi-year funding to advance wildfire preparedness through FireSmart across the NWT. 2024-2025, we started taking some baby steps. We began delivering FireSmart programs, the FireSmart Advanced Home Assessment Program and the Neighborhood Recognition Program, which we hadn't delivered before in the territory. We began training local governments and fire departments on FireSmart programming, and we canvassed regions and local governments to find fuel management projects to support and revitalize an ongoing planning process for that had fallen off the table due to the fact that we had limited investment available to actually support those projects at the territorial level, though a big boost came in 2022 with DMAF funding on Sarah Brown and her team's part. So starting this year, I think we're moving into what we can call the hard relaunch stage. We've got bigger investments. We've got the Community Wildfire Resilience Contribution Program that is available to anybody in this room that'll support significant projects moving forward. And that complements the CWPP implementation funding that's really starting to go out the door and help communities move forward with FireSmart work. We've got stronger support ready to be offered. We're moving ahead with some base level cross training to those who need it in wildland urban interface response. That sort of base level, that's our first focus this year, and we've got more capacity to deliver it. We've got better collaboration. We're moving ahead with FireSmart regional committees to again make sure that those conversations continue after we leave here today, and you'll all be involved in that. We're building on what's worked. We're continuing to deliver FireSmart programs, and we're getting more uptake than ever as the awareness grows. We're cross-training more local fire departments. Many of you have been bugged by me with emails ahead of time to get our folks out there fast. And we're hitting up aggressive promotional efforts and resource sharing across the FireSmart NWT network and directly to residents as well. I want to talk a little bit about where we want to go from here, and focus on a couple of the individual programs that we're talking about here. So the Community Wildfire Resilience contributions, maximum of $300K per applicant annually available. It's not reimbursement based. Upfront funding is available for those communities with cash flow issues or organizations. Governments, nonprofits, Indigenous governments are eligible for this funding. Individual businesses and individuals are not. Neighborhood associations that organize themselves can seek sponsorship from those other organizations. Eligible projects, it's extremely broad. It's any project that advances any of the 7 FireSmart disciplines, so long as it's not for research, enforcement, or suppression first activities. Pretty simple to apply. We've got the funding and proposal guidelines right at the back table today. Take a look and review those, and we'll have a focus workshop on this afternoon as well. So focus on basic wildland-urban interface response training. So we call that S115 in the business here, structure and site preparation training. In short, it's helping your folks at community fire departments, as well as public works divisions where you guys don't have fire departments, folks who will be staying behind in emergencies. It's basically to familiarize folks with the use of sprinklers and other tactics to defend structures at a basic level during a wildland-urban interface response. It's best for firefighters, but as I mentioned, our public works folks can play a big role in that. They know how the water moves across the community, and they can play a role in this. So it's really acceptable to anyone that you'll want to help, you'll want to have respond during an event like that. Currently, we're leading this with trainers that have been certified within environment and climate change, including my team who's going to be visiting seasonally across your communities. It's a day-long workshop that we can do over 2 evenings as well to meet your fire department needs in terms of practice while folks do their day jobs. We're starting to deliver that in mid-May here. You can request it as well by emailing our unit, FireSmart_Intelifil. Our cards at the back table as well. So regional FireSmart committees, went over this a little bit. They're advisory committees. They're a forum for regional and community level collaboration. They're really a forum for sharing ideas and keeping the FireSmart implementation going. And you'll all be receiving solicitation letters shortly. Okay. Just looking at time, we're gonna skip over a couple of these here. So I want to talk a little bit about where we want to go from here, because the work is far from done. We're really still on our first steps of getting this program to a place where we want it to be. So over the years of 2025 through 2027, we're really focused on getting vegetation management projects rolling. New and existing funding is going to allow us to get into a rhythm, annual planning, so that we're always working on this stuff together each and every year. We want to see FireSmart committees come to their own. We want to see these committees be healthy, self-sustaining, and meeting participant needs. And we want to be in a place where we can bring them all together for similar gatherings to this one on a fairly regular basis, so we can keep this excitement and energy going. And we really want to get interface response planning where it needs to be. We're really, in many communities, we're at a point where this work hasn't been completed sufficiently, and it's going to be a focus over the next year and a half in particular of getting those interface response plans where they need to be. We want to see a culture of preparedness developed. We've heard this term before already in this course or in this workshop this week. And at the foundation are the plans and driving the importance of practice and exercises based on those plans each and every year so that we're ready to respond when the time comes. We want to focus on building a stronger wildland and urban interface training and response framework. This is going to take a lot of work, as we know from Rodney going through their process in Alberta. We've got unique needs and considerations within the territory. We really can't use a one-size-fits-all approach. And the Office of the Fire Marshal and community fire departments across the territory are going to have to play a significant role in moving this forward. So work on that. We will be bringing folks together on that a fair bit over the next couple of years. 2027 through 2028, we need to make the case that this is sustained funding that we've received over these, we have funded through that period. We need to demonstrate that these investments have made a difference. And I know that they already have because of the work that I've seen communities doing already in this short period of time. I know that it's worked because we know that residents feel more prepared. They have more opportunities to be educated and to have the tools to move forward. but we need to demonstrate that impact. We need to show how our shared efforts have moved the needle and moved people from planning to action. We need to have case studies detailing this stuff so that we can make the case for sustained funding over the long term and this becoming just as critical a part of our business as response. My basic vision for 2028 is we've got a FireSmart NWT network that's sustainable and thriving, and that includes all of us. I want to see it in a place where we have strong partnerships, where we're ready to respond, where we're ready to educate our people, where we're ready to work together in a much stronger way than we have over the years, where we're in a place where we're using the FireSmart disciplines to deal with the gray areas that we talked about over here. And the 7 disciplines can get us there. It's only going to be possible with the dedication of not just folks within one level of government, but all levels of government and across all sectors of society. And it's on all of us as leaders to really inspire that action within our organizations, within our publics, and within ourselves. So let's make today the start of that renewed relationship and that strengthened delivery on FireSmart across our territory. I think it's really important that we all came together to talk about this. And as we move forward, let's turn that talking into action across our territory. Thank you.
We got a couple of minutes before we break. If anyone has a quick question for Mike before we head out. I think you're off the hook, son. I think that was nice and comprehensive. One more time for Mike.
Oh, wait, look.
Oh. There you go. We're going to go to our questioner in chief. Here we go.
I really like your presentation. So, like, say, Fort Smith Métis Council bans communities. How do we go about requesting, say, you or your representative to come to the community to put on some actuals? Like how to properly do it? Like a training thing, I guess?
Yeah, so just shoot our unit an email. FireSmart_Intelifo. We got to make it bilingual. So it's tough to just pass along. But there's cards right on that table over there. Give us a shout. We're happy to do it. Absolutely. Kaya or Connor will make time probably. I'll delegate that, but yeah. They'll get deployed if things get overwhelmed, but these folks are here throughout the response season to take the load off of those forest officers you usually rely on while they've got to be responding to fire.